you are because you're huge metalheads. If you're listening to this right now, for the love of God, put a camera on Ozzy with the microphone in front of him going, what does this say? I don't even know what this...
Fucking dog shit on the floor.
Yeah, please do that. Please, I beg of you. I want the outtakes of the voiceover. That's all.
Oh, it's so awesome. I mean,
yeah. I agree it's terrible, but it's great at the same time. I can't explain it.
No, exactly. It's terrible and great. So, Jason, I don't know if you remember this, and we talked about this on episode 1 way back when, like in January, February, whatever it was.
Way back in January of 2016.
Way back, yeah. But when you and I first got together, we immediately started going through CDs, comparing them, and I'm into this band, you're into that band. Let's check each other's bands out. Well, you introduced me to a band called Evergrey.
Yeah.
And they've kind of been that kind of fringe type band that, they're kind of there, but they're kind of they never really mainstream. Well, they have a brand new CD coming out September 9th.
Yep. Entitled
The Storm Within via AFM Records, which is a huge label in Central Europe. Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you, Jason, have you seen the Storm Within lyric video?
I have, actually.
And what are your thoughts?
Well, the lyric videos are always interesting to me. But I will tell you that I've been Evergrey's a weird band, by the way. Like, their first album that I really got into was Monday Morning Apocalypse, which was probably their most, I guess, catchy written album they've written. Ever since then, and it was really good. Some people hated it, by the way. Your old school Evergrey fans hated it, but that was my first album that I got into them with, that I really liked, and everything since then has been really, really good, including this. I thought it was well done, and I don't know.
Well, I felt, pardon me, I felt the same way you did. That I was kind of, indifferent.
Yeah, it's
stuff.
It's
but
not what I expected, but it's not bad either.
No, I thought it was very progressive.
Yeah, well, but their recent stuff has been more so. Like I said, when I'm going back to the Monday Morning Apocalypse stuff, that was 3-4 minute tracks written with a really catchy chorus, and and your old school Evergrey fans are like, "This sucks." But I actually thought it was really good. But they are a very experimental, progressive-ish kind of band. And that's, like I said, I hope that the rest of the album's better. But it's still a good track, but definitely different from what they've done before.
All right, let's agree on this. We're going to review that CD.
Oh, hell yes, we are.
On the show. I mean, no question about it. That is an automatic pick, much like Fate's Warning.
Oh, yeah, which
that's
we're doing
later
those
you got to do. Exactly. So, speaking of new releases, the following week, September 16th, Airborne, who is one of my favorite Australian hard rock, heavy metal acts.
I love Airborne.
Dude, Airborne gets so many chicks, you don't even know.
They have sex hammocks, I'm sure.
No, they probably do. But Breaking Out of Hell is coming out on September 16th. Now, they do also have a lyric video. And I found it just, it's a straightforward, in-your-face, balls out, hard rock track.
Yeah, but you know what's funny about it is it doesn't sound as AC/DC-ish to me. Is it just me?
Well, that's true. No, I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
but
normally you can, and that's what's weird because Airborne's not AC/DC. We know this, but yet for some dumb reason, I kind of want to hear that from them, and I don't know why. And maybe it's not fair to them, but this is a track that is good. It rocks. It's got the same vocals you're used to, but it doesn't sound like a quasi AC/DC-ish track, which is cool.
No.
I'm happy for him.
No, I am too. So I'm looking forward to that. So, like I said, there's a whole lot of release news here, and I have more. I mean, we can just keep going.
There's more. There's one album you haven't mentioned yet that if you don't mention, I may have to come down there and punch you in the face, but go ahead.
Well, I have a lot more, so we'll see. So, Hardline.
Oh, yes. Yes. This wasn't what I was thinking of, but yes. They have a new one coming out as well.
Coming out on October 14th through Frontiers Records.
Okay.
And now, if you've listened to this show, you already know that Johnny Jelly is one of Jason's favorites.
Oh, I have a man crush on him.
Oh, well, how could you not?
No, he's great. He's so good.
Dude, yeah. Axel Rudy Pell is so smart for having him do the vocals. I mean, all we need Axel to do is play.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Let Johnny do the vocals. And it works really well. So that new CD is coming out October 14th. And let's also agree on this, Jason. That will be reviewed on this show.
That will be reviewed. And if you guys know behind the scenes, and I'm going to say this out loud, we have tried time and again, and it's not because, he's refused to do so, but he's been incredibly busy. But we've tried to actually get Johnny on the show. And especially with Hardline coming out, Johnny, or for any of you people who are listening, man, pick up the phone, dude, because we'd love to have you on the program. But we're definitely going to try behind the scenes to really get that done because, dude, if you haven't heard Johnny Jelly sing, whether it's with ARP, whether it's with Hardline, whether it's the solo stuff that he's going to be coming out with in the next year sometime or whatever he's doing, dude, you are missing out. And especially if you want an idea of how good he is vocally. And not only that, live. This track that made me fall in love with Johnny's vocals, actually, is Mistreated, which is a Deep Purple cover from ARP Live. I was blown away at how good he did on that song, and it was just unbelievably good. Like, I can't even stress to you how freaking awesome it was. Dude, if you want to get an idea of how powerful he is vocally, just YouTube Mistreated Axel Rudy Pell, and you'll be blown away at how good it is. It's remarkable. And he's that good in the studio as well. This guy's incredible, and I cannot wait for Hardline stuff to come out.
Now, do myself and the listeners need to give you a moment?
Yeah, I have to towel off a little bit. Hold on, let me.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Though that's. And by the way, Johnny Jelly has set a record on this show. I don't know if you know this.
He has. Okay.
He has. He is the only person that we've ever, in the history of this show, requested an interview from that has turned us down.
That's true, but it wasn't a turn down.
No, I'm
not
being
him
critical.
Going. Yeah,
he's just saying the time wasn't right.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay,
everyone else has been like, yeah, dude, it's all good.
So being the CD is coming out here in a couple months, Johnny, we need you on this show.
Yes.
So our listeners need you on this show. And Jason need you on the show.
Yes, it's bucket list material for me. So
it is.
That needs to happen. I don't know if I can finish. I don't know if I'll ever do an episode again. If after Hardline comes out, within a month of it either coming out prior to or after the release of Hardline's new album, if Johnny's not on the show, I may just have to shut the whole damn thing down. That's just my 2 cents.
Wow.
Viv will understand based on my man crush.
Well, I can totally understand that. However, I'm going to talk now about your other favorite lead singer.
Okay. Which one?
Which is who? Come on.
I'm guessing it's Tommy Karavik from Seventh Wonder. I hope so.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. All right. On September 23rd, so here in about a month and a half, Frontiers Music is releasing Welcome to Atlanta Live 2014, which will be Seventh Wonder's first live album, recorded live from Prague Power, USA.
I know. And I have seen some of this on the YouTubes, and it's really well done, especially if you're a fan of Mercy Falls, because it's the entire album. If you haven't got a chance to check out clips of it on YouTube, do so. But these guys absolutely rule. And it will be the first thing they've ever released on Frontiers. So, make Frontiers records definitely feel the love of this band from you by going, wow, man, I'm glad we signed these guys. Holy crap, we're selling a lot of their stuff because, dude, I'm telling you, you talk about bucket list material. Now, Johnny, I love you, buddy, but if Tommy would be on the show, I may have to take a shower right afterwards. I'm just saying.
Dude, if you had Tommy and Johnny
at the same time?
At the same time.
Oh, see, that's it. We'd have to end the show. This show would also be over after that.
Yeah.
Because there's no way it could do any better for me. It would only go downhill.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be like me putting like Zachary Stevens together on the same show with gosh, I can't even think of who I would put him with. James LeBrie.
Oh wow, that'd be cool too though.
Yeah, that would be my man crush moment. But at any rate, Frontiers Music, by the way,
they rule.
Is my favorite European label with a close AFM behind them.
Yes, and what's great about Frontiers too, and if you like them on Facebook, please do. They do a good job of not spamming you to death on your Facebook feed, but
they do
always have stuff that you're like, oh, hell yes, I want to listen to this. Every time. 90% of the time, if they have some sort of clip or video or lyric video from like, hey, this is coming out next week, I'm like, well, if it's on Frontiers, there's about a 90% chance I'm going to like it. So click. Almost every time. It's
and of course here in the States, Nightmare Records is our go-to label, of course, with our friend Lande.
International flavor, and we have our local flavor. So
exactly.
Domestic and import, same thing.
Well, you see, yeah, exactly. So, all right, and the final news item that I'm going to bring to the table is a new CD, also September 23rd. September is a huge month. Man, we do. Operation Mindcrime.
I saw that. That's really interesting.
Now, it is, because, what's funny is I never was a big Queensryche fan, believe it or not. Now, I'm huge into prog metal.
Right.
But for whatever reason, I could never really sink my teeth into Queensryche. I mean, they were okay. But for whatever reason, they didn't. Now, when they split, when Jeff Tate and the rest of the band kind of had that whole, drama mama moment. And
two versions of Queensryche.
Right. That's when I became interested. I'm like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, me too. It's funny you say that. Even though I've always loved Jeff Tate's voice. His voice is incredible.
Well, to me, he always was monotone.
Really? See, I get what you're saying, but there's just something incredibly uniquely cool about his voice I've always liked.
Oh, it is unique. I won't argue that. It didn't have enough range for me. So, but I was kind of caught up in the whole soap opera, and then I was like, okay, well, who's going to have the cooler album now? It's going to be Jeff Tate.
Dude, it's funny. We've not ever talked about this. Same with me. Like, I'm like, okay, well, who's the better band now? Now I have to know.
Right. And so they each came out with an album.
Right.
And I, interestingly enough, liked them both.
Yeah, I did too.
And I own both. So now Jeff's coming out with an, Operation Mindcrime CD, which is now, if you haven't followed the story, legally that's his band's name. He can no longer use Queensryche.
Correct.
He has to use Operation Mindcrime.
Which is genius to call it Operation Mindcrime, though.
Well, it is.
Because everyone associates Operation Mindcrime with Queensryche anyway.
Well, true. But, so they both have a name they can use that's got some, it's got some pull. But so now here I am, a fan of both. And so I really am looking forward to, and I've heard the new song from this CD.
I haven't heard it yet.
It's on Blabbermouth. If you want to take a listen,
I will.
We can post a link to that on our
we should do
Facebook.
That, and the Evergrey video as well. We should do.
Yes. So I guess all in all, man, what an exciting 2 months we have coming up.
Yeah, definitely. And you didn't even mention DGM's album coming out, you bastard.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, see, thanks for nothing. That's another one. That's going to be a must review. So
you're right.
There's a lot of great stuff coming out, a lot of cool news going on. And again, the latest in metal news, of course. We do that on every episode of According to Metal. We have to. And speaking of every episode of According to Metal, we have an awesome guest like we do every episode. Joining us later on in the program, by the way, I didn't mention this earlier, Ben Colton from Neverworld is going to be joining us. Can't wait to talk